with Batteries Plus Business.
Download the Local 3 News and Weather apps now.
The Battery in Red Bank has outfitted area dancers for years, and now they are teaming up with several dance studios in Chattanooga to bring a dance festival to Red Bank on September 29th. It promises to be a fun day for the whole family. Christine Mashburn-Paul, Danny Giroux would love to see you there to join in, so good to see you both.
Good to see you.
We were having a little bit of a history lesson, the three of us were, because my daughters, it was just the most exciting time of the year practically for them to get to go and get their new ballet shoes and eventually their toe shoes when the Battery was down on Broad Street. You moved it to Red Bank how many years ago?
That was 5.5 years ago that we moved.
So the legacy, because it's been around for 30 years, you were telling me, the legacy continues, and you've actually extended it, Christine, not just to be a Chattanooga store, but you're regionally sought after now.
Yes, we have a really great fitters. We do really great training with all of our point shoes. We have increased the inventory. We've almost quadrupled the inventory since I took over, and now we are really known for having great fittings around the Southeast.
So with this inventory and then the reputation that you have, you're creating this festival. It's the 4th year for it, is that right?
Yes.
And what happens on September 29th?
Yes, so we have our Assemble Dance Festival, and Assemble is a term that is used in ballet. It is a jump, and it means to assemble or to gather together. And so that's what we do at the Assemble Festival, is we're gathering all of the dance studios around Chattanooga together so that we have a performance, and it's just a great fellowship of the dance community.
So, okay, Danny, at the Battery, tell me what your role is there.
I am the store manager at the Battery, so I do the day-to-day keeping it going and helping to train these point fitters.
So as the store manager, that also means you have to know your clientele. So I'm guessing that you really have curated, as she was mentioning, the inventory's expanded, but at Chattanooga's wish, right?
Absolutely, what we need here in this town, in this dance community.
So when you talk about having the right fit, any parent who has ever gotten their child ordered online a pair of tap shoes and had to return multiple pairs knows exactly what I'm talking about. It really is important to get the right fit.
Especially with dance shoes, because they're not just a shoe, they're a tool that are very important for them to be successful and safe in the dance studio.
Also, once you become a dancer, so many girls and boys too choose different styles of dance, and so you find yourself with a ballet shoe, a tap shoe, a jazz shoe. They all fit differently, right?
Exactly.
They're intended to fit differently.
Yes, and they all have different sizes. Just because you wear a certain size in the street does not mean that you're going to wear that same size in the studio.
Right.
More than likely you're not wearing the same size at all.
So, since there are the different styles of dance, is that what we're going to see on September 29th as well? Some modern, some jazz, all of it?
Absolutely, yes. We're going to have some ballet, modern, jazz. We have, I believe, 9 different studios coming and performing, and so we're really excited. It's just a fun event every year to see what everyone brings.
No matter what we're watching them do, though, for their dance of choice that day, most of them still have that fundamental of ballet?
Absolutely, absolutely. Ballet
is key.
Yes.
Explain why, though, because inevitably there's the dancer who's not as flexible as she'd like to be, and she thinks, oh, I don't want to do ballet, I want to do something else instead, but you have to have it.
Yes, well, we're both ballet teachers, so we love ballet, but it is the structure that sets up the whole dance system that we use here in the United States.
Okay, if you're both ballet teachers, but now you're grown, you two are no longer 16, as for the women watching, is it a good idea from stretching perspectives as you go through your life to kind of go back to those pliés of your childhood? Is that always good for us to do?
I think we're seeing a huge insurgence of adult ballet dancers these days. No, we're probably as adult ballet dancers not going to become professionals in the field, but it is a fantastic way to stay in shape. You know, you're gaining knowledge and education. It keeps our brains active, and we know that there's been so much research out there that just shows that helps to build your quality of life.
Now, at the Battery, are you doing just the outfitting, or are you teaching classes too?
At the Battery, we are just a curated selection of gear
Okay.
and apparel, but we have the staff at the Battery works at lots of different locations around town. So all of us are dance teachers, and so I like to think that the Battery really pulls together the dance community.
Well, I like to cast the net wide. So for people who want to come on September 29th just to enjoy the fun of it, that's great. It's fun for the whole family. But if you are someone like me and you're not stretching as well as you used to and you want some inside thoughts on maybe where you should turn or what you should look for, people can come and pick your brain a little bit, right?
Absolutely, we've got a really knowledgeable staff.
Is there any one part of it that you're most looking forward to? And the event begins at what time on the 29th?
The event begins at 2 p.m. So from 2 to 5, we're going to have events to bring the community together. We're going to have arts and crafts, photo booth, vendors, we'll have a food truck, just a time for us all to come together and find common ground. And then we'll have a performance at 5 o'clock that's going to include several studios from the area as well as students from UTC and Baylor.
Can we talk a little bit about the community support of Red Bank? I mean, it's always been there, but it's being showcased more and more. You've got to feel it where you're located.
Yeah, absolutely. We love being in Red Bank. Red Bank does allow us to use that park for our festival. We have hundreds of people come out, and it's just really been great to feel that support from the community.
Well, thank you for sharing your time. I wish I had an excuse to go wander through the store and pick out the right toe shoe and the lamb's wool to go in it. Those were happy days.
Yeah.
Great to see you both.
Good to see you.
It's the Battery's Dance Festival, September 29th. This is their information for where you'll find the Battery on Dayton Boulevard. What's the story behind the name, by the way? Do you know?
The Battery. So Battery are jumps that beat back and forth. So it's a beaded jump, and that's where. And previous owner named it. I love the name.
We said it wrong the whole time. Then go to thebattery.com. We're back after this. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Local 3 School Patrol, keeping you informed of changes happening in your child's school right now or in the future. The things that affect their education, their safety, your peace of mind. Local 3 School Patrol, covering the classrooms in your community.
Choice Hotels is a family